Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. We got another top secret video for Ultra Pro Wrestling. Today it's going to be the Event Maker. Let's get into it. Alright, just like last time, I took the video, I chopped it up, and I'm going to do my own voiceover. So let's get right into this. We got a lot to go over. There's a lot of stuff here. Alright, so right off the bat, I don't know why it's not playing. There we go. Okay. Right off the bat, we got the shows here. So you can start off in the 1980s, and he said that different eras will have different shows and arenas show up. And one cool little feature he mentioned was, see how it says TV and pay-per-view? So I'm guessing the career mode, if I'm understanding what he said correctly, which I'll let him explain in the video. We'll turn the volume up, so I'll just let him explain it so I don't butcher it. So in the career mode, it sounds like you can change anything, like the arena itself, the wrestlers themselves, and it's all dynamic and it'll play out based on what you do. So let's say you're a heel, you'll play out the heel role. If you're a babyface, you play out the babyface role. If you're in a tag team and you betray your friend or he betrays you, it'll play out that way. It's a really cool dynamic thing. But this shows that you can change the arenas. You can fully make that career mode your own. It kind of sounds like it's a combination of career mode and universe mode. Something we've been wanting from 2K series for years. So basically you'll have the story elements, but you'll also have access to change all of the arena and everything else. 2K should basically do what Sam's doing, because that's exactly what I wanted in this type of mode. So let's listen to what Sam has to say for how this works exactly, because if I try to explain it, I'll probably butcher it. And then we'll go back to what we were doing here.
We don't have all the promotions set up, but you can see, and they're all very unfinished. But yeah, you can see literally Loco there has a 6-sided ring. I forgot to change the material on there, so that looks a bit wrong. If we go over to the Ultra Japan one, this is obviously, a reference. I don't think I need to really tell you guys what this is supposed to be, but yeah, you can see here the arena is completely different. The ring, everything, the whole setup's completely different. So another thing to notice as well is, if I go back to Empire Wrestling Federation, you'll notice as well the show that I'm highlighted on, it says TV next to it. Each promotion...
See, this is what I'm talking about, the TV and the pay-per-view thing for the dynamic career/universe type mode. So let's listen.
You will get... there is a maximum on it. It might be 2, it might end up... We might change it, it might be 3. But there'll be a maximum number of shows that you can assign to be TV shows. And if you look at the date on the TV show, you'll see it says weekly, and it's set to this one's set
right
to
here.
Wednesday. If I go up, this one here is set to Saturday. But then if you come down to the third one, which is the pay-per-view, you'll see the date structure changes. So this is the 9th of the 8th, 1980. So as well as being limited with the TV shows, so you can select like 2 or 3, the pay-per-views are all tied to months of the year. So you don't have to have 12 pay-per-views, but 12 is pretty much the maximum.
That makes sense.
That you can have. We might have a way of doing another one-off one if you have a show that's like a collaboration between different promotions, something like that. But so yeah, basically, one thing I forgot to say as well, for anyone who's not already aware, all of this is editable. So, when you look at these are not just Ultra Pro Wrestling's promotions that are locked in, that there's nothing, like, you can edit all these, you can add shows to this event, to this promotion. You can remove shows as well, so it's like it's completely a sandbox deal. So yeah, that's why I'm explaining like the actual limitations on the number of pay-per-views that you can have, because most people are going to create their own and create their own promotions, create their own events.
True universe.
These events as well, they're not necessarily tied to like matches. You don't really have I mean, you kind of do in the career mode. It will have it will sort of dynamically build out the card, but it'll know that it's going to be this show. This show's coming up in, whatever month, like let's say January. A show's coming up. The game will know that show's coming up, so it'll start putting matches and feuds together in order to have a bunch of matches on that card. And then once you've played through a pay-per-view, there's a different menu system where you can go in and replay matches or edit them and build out your own card if that's what you want to do.
Universe mode, basically.
This is more about the look and the theme of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with that said, we'll click here, we'll enter. This is now you're in the creating.
So this is showing off the info. So what's really cool here is it has the name of the arena, and he said based off like the name, the location. So let's say Madison Square Garden versus somewhere else. Well, Madison Square Garden's pretty huge, so based on the name you pick will determine the attendance size. So basically the arena size. So that's really cool. And then later on he goes into the themes, the venues, the stage, the ring, entrance, and all that kind of stuff. So let's see what. This is what I was talking about. He's showing by changing it to MSG, Madison Square Garden. Everything else would probably stay the same, the ring itself and all that stuff. You're just changing basically the venue size. And now it says 16,650, so a much bigger audience, which is really, really cool. And he goes in to say that you can pick the percentage of how many of these seats are filled, which is awesome to me because let's say you want to make, I don't know, not to take a shot at AEW, let's say you want to make an indie show or an AEW show and have it be authentic. You can have the arena half empty or not all the seats full. So that's pretty cool. Like, this show didn't sell very well. So you could really tell a story within your own brain and do it that way. Now let's go back here for a second because kind of missed some viable stuff. Okay, so attendance. Go forward a little bit. Now this was awesome when I heard this. So logo, obviously matchup screen. He's got the raw just for now. It's obviously not going to be the real stuff. Nameplate, and then music. I don't remember if the universe mode allowed you to have theme music for your shows, but because you can't use custom soundtracks. But now you can have a theme song for your show, which is awesome because I don't think they've done that in a while. Then he goes on to the stage creator. So you go back here. I kind of edited the crap out of it because it was a half-hour video. Okay, so we're going to pause here. So we got venue, we got venue name, we got light rig, house lights, ring lights, walls, floor, banners. So what's really cool about the lighting is based on how and where you place them or which ones you have on or off, it'll change how it looks, like dynamic lighting. So that's really cool. The floor you can change if it's made of wood or the mats here or concrete, whatever, you can change that. The banners, I'm guessing, are the stuff that goes around the arena, like it's Monday Night Raw and all this kind of stuff. So that's really cool. And then he goes on to stage. And then we start getting into the good stuff here. So we got the stage, which is the ramp that you use to come down to the ring. So that's separate from the Tron. The Tron is the screens, obviously. And I like how his placeholders are just WWE stuff. I think that's kind of funny. And like I said, I kind of edited the crap out of it. So let's see here. So then you got your props for the left side of the entrance, the right side. The entrance itself. And he said you can place the Tron and stage wherever you want in the arena. I'm sure they'll have like a preset spots that you could put it because you can't just have it like on the ring itself, but you could pick like this entrance, this entrance, this entrance. And there is a separate video for customizing the arena itself, which I'll make in the future, because that one kind of hurt my brain a little bit. Like, wait a minute, because I only looked at the pictures of it. We'll get into that in a separate video. But so when you do this, you can set up the barricade. I don't know why I'm pointing. You can't see my finger. You can set up this barricade to be like velvet ropes, the mat thing that they have like in WWE. and you can change the direction of it how you want it to go to wherever the stage is at. So it's not just set to this default thing, which I think is a nice little touch. So I'm going to go on to the next thing. I love how he has it all broken down. And this video is over a year old. Alright, then right off the bat we got the base ring, we got the aprons, the canvas, the ropes, just like in the 2K series, the pads, and the posts. And he didn't have everything done here. And then he goes into the layering system, and he goes into all the different types of rings. And I really like this last ring. I think that's awesome that they have it in here, and it makes me hopeful that they have kind of like a toyification setting for your wrestlers, kind of like what was it, 2K19, where you can make them all blocky like Minecraft. I mean, nobody ever used it, but you could make a blocky wrestler. It was pretty funny. Make him look like Steve from Minecraft. I think that's awesome. So these are all the different arena types. I'm guessing he's gonna have to change the way these look, because I think they were having issues with like the UFC if it looks too similar. So but yeah, and then the toy ring. I really like the toy ring. Boxing ring. And then the toy ring is awesome. It just looks like the action figure ring. I'll probably be using that quite a bit, especially if you can toyify the wrestlers in game. Like there's a setting where when you're making your created wrestlers, you just make them look like an action figure, which I was hoping 2K would do. So maybe they're thinking of that. Sam, if you're watching, that would be awesome. Then you got your canvas type, pro cheap canvas, test canvas. These are just like him editing it, and he's showing off what you can do with it. You can make it two-tone colors. You can add your decals, and it sounds like each object or each section has 3 colors maximum. And he goes into the color wheel showing off things. And a cool little feature that he said he added was, so when he goes back into the color wheel, if you go all the way down to the center, it's just no color. It's the default color of whatever the material type that you're using is. So that's pretty cool. So let's skip ahead here a little bit so you can get the full effect. He goes into all the little the logo, the turnbuckles, and he puts the logos on the side here. Let's get to that part so you can see that. Alright, that doesn't show him move it, I don't believe. Alright, so these are like preset things, preset layers. You can change each one. I'm guessing you're going to be able to put in what, you know, your design in there. So I'll be able to put my channel logo on there, which will be fun. Main event Strizer. I'll probably still use Strizer Tube Wrestling for my shows in the game, because that's what this channel was originally going to be, but kind of changed into what it is. Nice. That's so cool. I love the level of detail here. My only concern is the 3 colors thing. Now this is from January, this video, so maybe they changed that, but the 3 color max thing might be something that's engine based. I have no idea. I'm not a game designer, but yeah, so basically you couldn't make each one of these a different color. It's like you can make them 3 different colors, like this could be a different color, this could be a different color. And he does say, just like in the 2K games, that you can change each one, right? So it's not, so this one could be a set color, this, you know, in groups. So the top rope, the middle rope, and the bottom rope can be different. The aprons, the rope colors and stuff like that. So the things you would expect. But like I said, the only thing that has me worried is the 3 color thing. But who knows? I'm guessing with the way it's designed, it's probably fine. So he's showing off the 3 different colors you can do. All right, now skip ahead a little bit here, and he goes into the next section. All right, Ringside. All right, let's go to here. And he had to go back and save. Now this is pretty cool. So when we go to Ringside, so you got the mats on the outside. You can check the mats type. Barriers. So like I said, velvet ropes. He said velvet ropes. The steel thing here, or probably the plastic. And it's probably based on the era. Maybe, I don't recall that, but it's probably based on like when, like the 1980s, they didn't have the cool barricades like they do in the WWE right now. So there is that. And then he goes into other, and other will be like picking your wrestler or the refs clothing and stuff like that. But let's go back to the backstage here, because I want to talk about that real quick. So backstage is basically what it says, backstage, where in the backstage areas, if the arena allows it, because some arenas don't have the backstage option, he said. So if it has the backstage, you can customize like the props back there, the colors of the office, it sounds like, and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So you can even make the back room match your venue. So let's say I made Strides of Tube Wrestling's version of WrestleMania or something, and I wanted to have all that branding in the back because the match I'm doing, the fight goes into the back or it starts in the back. Who knows how dynamic this game is really going to be at the end. It sounds like I don't know how they're going to get it done by 2025, because there's so much stuff he's adding to this game. But let him cook. Just cook. Take your time. But yeah, it's so cool to see all the little stuff that he's trying to get into this game. And if he can pull it off, yeah, we won't need another wrestling game, I don't think, ever again. As long as the gameplay's good, with all these creation options, yeah, this game will last freaking forever. So I need it. So then in other, like I was saying, let me refer to my notes here, because I took some notes as I was watching this. Let's see here. On one thing I forgot to mention was the ring. So there are different sizes of the ring that you can pick. So you can pick the pro size, which I think is the 24 foot or 22 foot. And then you can pick like indie size, which is like an 18-foot ring. There's a show here in Portland, Oregon, where they use a 16-foot ring. And when you run the ropes, if you're a big guy, the ring kind of goes like this, so it feels like it's going to tip over. Like we had a big fella run the ropes, and we thought that the ring was going to tip over, because when you hit those ropes, one side kind of came up a little bit. It was like, oh geez, it's going to flip over. I think they since got a bigger ring, but the venue they were at was really small, so they went with the 16-footer, which it's like a little baby ring. You can take like one step and get to the other side of the ropes if you're running real fast, which is really cool. But yeah. So I love all these little details. I hope I didn't butcher anything, because there was a lot of information in this video. If you want to see the full video, it's a 27-minute video with Sam just explaining pretty much everything he's been working on and everything he's trying to do with this mode, and how this mode correlates to the career mode. It sounds like it's combines universe and career mode and puts them into one. Something we've wanted for years, at least myself, if I'm understanding all this correctly, which I'm pretty sure I am. Anyway, sound off the comments below. What do you think of this? And as always, stay frosty. And thank you, Sam. Awesome.